Hey, how's it going? Welcome back to Danny's Toy Box. Thanks for stopping by. Well, before I go any further, I would just like to say to anybody out there who lives in the Midwest like I do, I hope everybody's okay and making it through these storms that have been going on the last couple of days. You guys can see Trouble playing in the background. He's tossing a toy in the air. But yeah, it's been a little bit of rough weather around here, so hope everybody's doing alright. Well, the purpose for this video is my review for number 133, Alpine Pine. I could never say that with a straight face. I mean, the Alpine name is makes perfect sense for his specialty, but you could have given him a little bit more of an original name. Even just give him a different last name. But I digress. He's actually a pretty cool figure. I honestly don't remember if I had the Real American Hero version of him from back in the day, back in the 80s. I want to say that I did, but I'm not 100% sure. This guy, my wife got me off of Temu, as a matter of fact. Cost like $20 and some change. And he actually arrived yesterday, but didn't have a chance to really, crap on the table, to really do a detailed study on him, I guess you could say, because all the craziness of the storms last night, had stuff going on, put it that way. But like I said, I got him yesterday. I did open him up. So you were basically just looking at an empty box. And here's the man of the hour. And of course, he's going to be greeted by his best buddy. Let's bring this stuff a little bit closer. And we can point down a little bit. I mean, you can't have Alpine without Bazooka. They're a team. Alright, that should outdo it. Well, Bazooka, if you can tear yourself away from Alpine for a short time, you guys will be going on a mission soon. Alright, let's just put him over there. And we can start with the figure. I've done all the bending and all that. Make sure everything's good. And nice tight joints on this figure, I have to say. And good choice of color scheme for him. The brown and the green like that. It's actually several different shades of green. Looks more like a forest green here. This looks, I don't know, maybe a leaf green. And this is more like a moss green on the shirt here. Like I said, I know I played with the figure when I was a kid, but I don't know if I had it or if it was somebody else's figure. I don't remember for sure. But I remember playing with it as a kid, and this is a pretty damn good representation, actually, with some extras. Like, he's got this extra belt here that has all of his climbing hooks, climbing pinions. I'm not quite sure what the proper terminology is for it, but he's got two sets. They do not come off. They are nice and shiny, though. I might shine them up a little bit more with the chrome treatment. And he's got Idaho on his shirt. That doesn't surprise me. Mountains. And on the back of him, he's got these loops here. And I wasn't sure what this was at first. I don't know if they call it, if it's chalk or if it's like powder to aid in climbing. But that's what it looks like. I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, feel free to let me know. Alright, well, that's the man himself, and his head doesn't go up that. No, head really doesn't go up that high. That's going to suck for a person who's a mountain climber. Well, deal with that when I have to. I'll put him out of the way. And he's got, it's pretty, not a flashy outfit. Perfect for what he does and his speciality. But not like really flashy, which it's okay. Keep him with the military aspect. Now, as far as his accessories go, this coil of rope, which is actually on him inside the package, so I will just put that back where it goes. I think, yeah, I got it the right way, I think. Yeah. Yeah, that just went over his shoulder like so. And we got his goggles, which are see-through. You can see his eyes through it. Slide that on properly without breaking it. We got his goggles. We got his cap. Which fits on nicely. See, it's with the goggles and the cap off, it doesn't look like Alpine to me, because, well, comics, cartoons, both, he always had those on. But onto the gear, he's got 2 climbing hooks. Pretty neat accessories. Now, since this really didn't come with any instructions on what to go where, what I've been doing is for his 2 axes, I just feed him through these 2 loops here. Not sure if it's the proper way to store them, but if it works, it works, you know. Alright. And he comes with a grapple hook with string attached. I'm not going to unroll it right now. What I do with that is just kind of hang it off of the belt there, just for the time being. Now, as far as weapons go, I mean, this one makes sense for him. And I'm actually, you know, piece comes out. This one makes sense for him, even though they made him at the first time for the Alley Vipers. And when you combine my Alley Vipers with my other figures that come with one of these, I have, it's either 8 or 9 total, and only 2, which are the 2 that came with the Desert Scorpions, actually had the cord wrapped around here, attached from here to there. So I think the next time I stop at Hobby Lobby, I'm going to see if they've got any cord like this and string them all up like that. But yeah, it's the exact same as the Desert Scorpions, I just said Alley Vipers, and one of the Snake Eyes Deluxe came with one of these as well. The only difference really is just the head of it is orange. I might just paint it gold, I don't know. And again, with the reuse, you got the machine gun, which is, again, Alley Vipers. Came with one of those deluxe Snake Eyes, and I think with a couple other characters. I wasn't paying attention to what I was doing with my hand there. Let things fall out of frame. But this one works with him, I think. It with the green highlights on the magazine and on the stock, I think it fits really well with him. The only downside is, just dropped the magazine. The only downside to this is it doesn't have a strap or anywhere to, okay, back in the frame, buddy, or anywhere to, hang it from him, say, when he's climbing. Although I'm sure I could probably rig something up. But yeah, this is a pretty cool figure. Good representation of Alpine. I think they could have went with a little more original weapons. This, yeah, makes sense. And this one, it's a good fit for him, but because the majority of these that came out came with Cobra Troopers, so I consider them Cobra weapons. I suppose Cobra steals G.I. Joe's technology. Why don't they do the same thing? But yeah, I think it's a pretty cool figure. I'd have to say, I'll give you, say, a 9 out of 10. 9.5 out of 10. Because there's nothing really wrong with the figure, but he should have come with, I don't know, different weapon. Like I think back in the day he had like a Mac 10 with either a Mac 10 or an Uzi with a suppressor on it, if I remember right. But I mean, this is okay. But they should, Hasbro, and I'm speaking directly to you, put a couple, take the time to start wrapping this up with the cord. Just makes sense. But who am I to say anything? But yeah, pretty cool figure. And if you guys give me a sec, I will give you an idea of what he looks like in action. Just a moment, please. Okay, that was a bit of a chore. Just walking from my work table in the other room in here to the toy box. I dropped the magazine for his gun. I dropped the climbing axe he's holding. And let's see what else I lose before the end of the night. Maybe my marbles. Well, yep, here is a good representation of him in his element. And in his element, but not, because he's got mutants and Wendigo all around him. I don't think I've shown all of this yet. It's my Alpha Flight teams up with Wolverine's X-Force. So we'll start from the beginning over here. Got Vindicator and Guardian, calling out orders. He calls up to the twins. Keep the one up top distracted. Don't engage. Just keep flying back and forth to confuse him. Well, back on the ground, Sasquatch is in the process of taking out this Wendigo, or trying to. And in my storyline, Guardian's going to come just a little too close and get hit when Sasquatch rears back his fist. And we got Snowbird and Shaman about to cast a spell, kind of come up and over. And here's where we got X-Force Nightcrawler, Wolverine, and Psylocke. And now Wolverine's hollering order out to X-23 because Deadpool's dumbass got himself caught by Wendigo. And Wolverine's order was, gut that thing. So she did. Yeah, I might do a little bit more work on this scene. Here's a better shot of Alpine right there. Yeah, I might do a little bit more changes on this scene and take some pictures. Maybe do a little bit of a storyline before I pull these guys off of it and make it into a Joe Cobra battle. But yeah, that is my take on... Ooh. That was my foot tripping over one of those shelves of mine that look like the fire escapes. I happened to sit down on the floor beside a box and just tripped over them. But anyway, yeah, it's a good figure. And the even though I wish they would have gone a little bit more original with weapons, they fit for him. So like I said, 9.5. And as always, thanks to my lovely wife for getting this one for me. Well, folks, I think I'm going to call it a day there. Get a nice good close-up of that blood coming out and the guts too. Oh, finger in the way. All right, folks, well, I'm going to leave it here. And I hope everybody has a great night. If you got any storms going by you, I hope they're pretty mild. And always remember, stay creative, stay kind. I'll catch you in the next one. Take care.